local organizations are coming together to make a meaningful difference in the lives of children and also families across Trinidad and Tobago. The upcoming Grind to Give 5K aims to raise funds and awareness for children living with cerebral palsy, while also encouraging greater community support and giving back. Well, joining me now are Jeanne Sabga, founder and chairperson of the Aiden Aid Foundation, and Isabelle Laquis, co-founder of Let's Give Back. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here with us. So to begin, can each of you tell us about your organizations? It's the Aiden Aid Foundation and Let's Give Back. And let's learn a little bit about the mission behind the work that you do.
Sure. So the Aidaneed Foundation, it's a fairly new foundation. It started in 2019. Because it all began because I'm an occupational therapist, and I saw kind of firsthand the difficulty it is for families to access specialized wheelchairs, specialized mobility equipment. I was occupational therapy. I work with children. I would get calls of people walking into Isabelle Laquis stores, and my child has cerebral palsy. They're at home, they're on bed. I need a chair for them. So I would get a call, and I would assess these children. I would measure them. I would say, okay, so they don't need just any regular chair. They need a specialized chair. So at this point, you know, they can't just go into a store and take a regular chair. They need a special chair that can really help support all of their needs. They need a chair that has a proper backrest. They need a chair that has a proper headrest, side supports, proper legs that can be elevated. And then when I saw all of these needs, I realized there's a gap here. This is really hard to be able to access. And a lot of these families don't know about some of these specialty equipments, you know. They don't know about it. They don't have access to it, and they're also very expensive. So Aidaneed began in the hopes of being able to help these families, help these children, help these carers raise money to provide these chairs for these kiddos. You know, a lot of times they come to us and I would measure them, I would give them the quote, and then they would be like, oh, $50,000, $60,000, even $70,000 for these specialized chairs. They're not cheap at all. And I think seeing this gap and seeing how difficult it is to access these specialty equipments, Aidaneed was formed in the hopes to raise money to help support them. The beauty of Aidaneed is we get so much great support from other NGOs. You know, the Syrian Lebanese Women's Association always loves to help us. Anytime an application comes to their door, they're so willing to help us. Community Chest has always teamed up with us and helped us to raise funds, come together so that we are able to pay and provide for these.
We're also seeing some of those specialized equipment on the screen right now. So these are special chairs, right?
That's right. So these are customized, specialized chairs. You know, they have special backrests, special cushions, special side supports. We have special bath chairs that help not only the kiddos but help the carers. You know, a lot of times as kids get older, they get heavier. So bath time is actually one of the most dangerous spots because it's slippery, it's wet. So these chairs really help to make it a safe experience as well for them.
Yeah. So Isabelle, let's hear about Let's Give Back.
Okay, so Let's Give Back is a non-profit organization that my cousin and I started in high school. It was the height of the pandemic in COVID, and I approached her, Isabelle Laquis, and I asked her if she wanted to join me in doing this non-profit organization just to do little acts around, because small acts lead to big changes. And I believe that like small acts of kindness go a long way. So we started this nonprofit by just doing like little grocery runs and dropping it off, asking people for donations and starting small. And then we're on our 6th year right now. So every Christmas we do hampers, over 300 hampers each Christmas, and we distribute it to within Trinidad and Tobago throughout different recognized non-profit organizations like Living Waters Community, Feel, and so on. And then we've done other things like clothing drives and so on. And then last year we did our biggest project yet, which was the Grind to Give 5K, and we partnered with Michael Peter Haddad, Chuggy, who does G2G Run Club. He started a run club. So we partnered with him to now do this Grind to Give. And we raised over $200,000 TT, and we donated it to the AmeriCare Center. Oh, wow. So our whole mission behind Let's Give Back is to find causes that don't get a lot of recognition and they don't get a lot of help, and help those. And as she said, like fill in a gap of the people who people don't know that they need help.
Yeah, I love that. So let's talk about the collaboration now between Aidaneed and Let's Give Back. How did this come about? And I know that you're partnering for the upcoming 5K, right?
So our Grind to Give 5K, the whole purpose behind it is each year we'll highlight a new charity, and it's 100% profit. So whatever money is raised will go straight to that charity, and we start from scratch every year. We don't keep anything and build on from that. So this year we were looking for a charity to highlight, and I approached my cousin to see if she had any recommendations, and she told me about Jeanne's nonprofit. So we reached out and started as soon as possible.
And I think the beauty of the magic piece to this is that when Isabelle came to me, she said, you know, their big passion is that equality, that inclusion piece. The part of the run is getting everybody together. And I think by tying in Aidaneed, it really helps with that inclusion piece, because that's a big part of us.
Yeah.
You know, that awareness, that inclusion, the importance of the specialized equipment that a lot of people don't know about. And I think what really nice part of it that I was so grateful to Isabelle and her team is that we're able to do a 1K roll walk as part of the 5K.
That's nice. That's really nice. Yeah.
And
it helps to be inclusive, right?
That's right. That big community piece that we strive for and they strive for, and it's kind of bringing it all together as well.
Like the whole outlook on this 5K, our theme this year is more like pride of Trinidad and Tobago and equality for all. I did a summer abroad in Africa a few years ago, and it really taught me hands-on that to see the impact and lives being changed. So this was a great way, because we could also integrate seeing the wheelchair users being able to participate with athletes and families, and we are looking for children to athletes to anyone who could come out.
A fully inclusive experience, so that you're helping them, but they're also a part of it. So, you know, just that is beautiful. That is a really, really nice approach to that. So ladies, tell us about the 5K now. What are your hopes for all of this in terms of fundraising, awareness, and encouraging the public and getting corporate support for both of the causes?
So I think we're looking to get about 4 to 5 wheelchairs, and as she said, wheelchairs cost about $1,000. So we want to try and get 4 to 5 wheelchairs. And right now we have over 1,000 participants signed up, and it was unbelievable. They signed up within 2 hours. So it was a great response, but we're looking to make that as big as possible. Our whole outlook on this is kind of to get a lot of wheelchair users to come out and be part of it as well, but we also have a vendor village at the end, so we want more of a community look on it. So you come out and you build connections, you meet people from different parts of the community in and out of our 5K, just having like an overall
just come out to have a good time. Yeah, it is a feel-good event for a good cause as well. Yes, Jeanne?
And I think just that conversation starter, you know, people at home talking about it more, being aware of, you know, disabilities in Trinidad and specialized equipment that we don't usually have access to, we don't usually see, you know. The beauty of this equipment is that kids at home with cerebral palsy and with other diagnoses are able to leave their home, are able to get out into community, you know, are able to promote better lifestyles, go to the grocery, go out to the parks, you know, without these specialized equipment, they don't have proper seating, they don't have proper positioning, so they don't have access to the community. So I think this is just such a great piece to raise that awareness and just start those conversations.
Now, how can people be a part of the 5K, and tell us about that? Or is it that registration is closed, or it's still open?
No, it's still open.
Okay.
You could sign up on raceroster.com. If you go on our Instagram, Let's Give Back, I think _org. They have, the link is in the bio to sign up, and you could also sponsor a wheelchair user and a family member as well. So if you go to pay for your ticket, you could also pay for somebody else's, and then Aidaneed will find the wheelchair users.
Yes, and we'll reach out to get wheelchair. We want as many as possible. You know, we really want to have a great impact and raise that awareness and build community.
Ladies, you've been doing all of this good work for quite a bit, and you continue to stay inspired and help so many lives along the way. And you didn't even realize that you were doing something would have turned out to be this great during the pandemic, because you just wanted to start very small, and it's been 6 years. So that's a huge feat, especially at your age as well. So what's next for this collaboration? Can we expect to see maybe some more work from this collab, or is it just getting through the 5K for now?
One thing at a time. So again, through one project at a time, but we would love to team up again and do something even bigger.
Yeah. And what's next for Aidaneed?
So Aidaneed, right now we have a board of 10 members working so hard behind the scenes, and we are just hitting the ground running. When we got word that, you know, we can team up with Isabelle, it got us really excited. It's such a great way to build that awareness, because we're still a fairly new foundation. So I think that our goal is 5 to 6 chairs from G2G, and I think every year we want to get bigger and bigger and help as many families that come to our doorstep as possible.
Yeah, so can you tell us again how we can register before we go?
Just go on our Instagram page, and it'll be the link in bio, or you could go on raceroster.com. We work with Extra Miles, so you could also go through there.
And how can we reach your Aidaneed as well, Jeanne, on social media?
Social media, Facebook page, our Instagram page. You can reach out to us at any of those.
Yeah. All right, ladies, thank you very, very much. We're looking forward to this 5K coming up in August. Yeah. So registration is open. Go and register now. Check out their social media pages for all the information on how you can register and be a part of something great. And the very holistic and wholesome, I would say, and inclusive experience as well. So thank you, ladies, for sharing such great things with us this morning on the show.
Thank you for having us.
You're most welcome. 7:30, that's the time on Trinidad and Tobago today. We're getting ready in a few to take a short break and come back. Also, CPL action is heating up. Are you a big fan of the CPL games? Well, they do say it is the biggest party in sport. Lots of movement happening with the teams this year. So if you are a huge supporter of TKR, well, they've really just kept their core together. And if you are a Barbados Tridents, and that's what they're called now, supporter, well, they also they took Gurakesh Moti, so maybe that's a huge loss for the Guyana Amazon Warriors. How do you feel about that? We'll talk a little bit about that a little later on. Keep sending us your messages, ttt@ttt.co.tt, to be a part of the show. Also, you can access everything that you see here a little later on at TTT Live Online. We take a break and come back with more.